Welcome back, YouTube, to another video. We're back at it again. And so today marks the first day, or day one, or first day of 365 days. We're logging in 365 days. That's the name of this series. The whole point of this series is so that we can get down a process so we can see what happens after. And hopefully, I could teach you guys that are now monsters. I mean, look around, folks. Everybody's getting funded. Everybody is an ICT genius. Everybody knows it because the material is out there for y'all to study. And the guys who've been doing it and studying, um, it shows, man. It shows. There's a lot of people out here that are making it, and I'm very proud of where the community has led to right now because of all the things that a lot of mentors, not only ICT, but almost every mentor on this platform, whether it may be on Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, everybody's putting in their part. They pouring back into the community, and that's why we're seeing so much success out of the community. And I just pray that it continues to be the same exact way it is now, if not better. So let's get to it, man. Today is Monday, October 23rd, 2023, and let me tell you about October 2023. This month hasn't been so, I would say, so clear for me. Let me not say clear. Let me say that this month has been a lot one of these slower months for me as far as like my equity curve and everything, and it's just been one of those slow months for me. I haven't really been doing much this month because this month has been just a little weird for me. September was a great month. This month in particular has been just a little tough, so I've not been trying to engage too much, and not only not only inside the charts but outside the charts. I just been attending to other things and focused on other things. So I think that's primarily part of it because I haven't been really extremely focused. I did some good things the first week of October, but then after that, it's just been slowing down. So I've been kind of not really participating. But I've been looking at the charts, and I'm gonna start looking at the charts with you guys. And hopefully, you guys can look at my process. Hopefully, I'm able to refine my process. But the whole part of this, for me, on my part, the part of this is the whole reason I'm doing this is so I can have some sort of consistency, not with my trading, right? But consistency with my approach, consistency with logging in every day after the market, whether I got the time to trade or not, just logging in, logging in, logging in. And because I'm right now getting into tech and doing other things, as you guys know already, it is crucial for me to do this part. I have to do this part because if I let the week go by without me logging into the charts and actually having an analysis to it, then yeah, as you guys know, I might lose not my skills necessarily, but I'll have to sharpen them over time, again and again and again, rather just always being hot and ready and warmed up for every single market situation, every single week, every single day, and it don't stop. And you guys know that. So we're here, Monday, October 23. There was no news today. That's the biggest thing. What does that mean though? Today's one of those days where it's sentiment driven, right? Or it's likely to chop inside a previous day, um, or it's just likely to continue, and that's part of the sentiment, right? We've been bearish, so it might continue to be bearish. So those are the things I expect on these days, or like I said, choppiness, nothing at all. Why are we bearish Nasdaq? Um, First and foremost, aside of the technical analysis, right? If we looking at it from tech, a tech perspective, right? I'm getting into tech and all this good things. Um, right now, tech is not doing so well. A lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of jobs are, you know, being reconsidered to, cease to exist because a lot of these tech companies, whether it may be a startup or an established company, they're letting go of these positions or these employees because they're trying to cut down on their costs because they're not, you know, generating as much. To put it in a simple terms, and not too much people are spending on these new tech companies. People are not really buying right now as much as they were once. So tech companies right now are suffering, and dollar is also bullish right now. As interest rates go higher, dollar seeks yield. Interest rates are going higher, meaning that dollar as well is going higher, which is why we're seeing these extreme bullish runs as well on dollar. I also want to point out to gold. Um, It is a perfect time to trade when gold is opposely correlated to Nasdaq. And right now, gold is on a crazy bullish run. I don't know if it's because of the wars. I don't really trade gold, but as far as I know that it has some correlation to do with gold and oil. There's some correlation there. I'm just not extremely aware of it. I don't have to be aware of it as long as I know that gold has a bullish order flow during a perfect time of not crime, war, and things like that. I know that Nasdaq should be bearish, and this is just a perfect time for you know symmetrical opposition as far as correlation. So that's what that's going on. So that's why we're bearish Nasdaq, right? So just take all those things into account, and then we can go down into a chart now. And so we're gonna go into a fresh chart, of course. We are not doing PowerPoints. Let me know if you guys would prefer PowerPoints, but I kind of already did a little bit of my analysis here, as far as what I want to see for the week. And then, of course, we're going to go over what the market did today as well. So here we have this range here. This is like the only important thing that I really have to point out to. Everything else is like, I don't have to point, like, everything from left to right here is all I need. If I go out here, this is like pointless. I just need this. This for me is enough, like literally from this order block and above. So we're going to keep it there, just to show you guys how simple this is for me. As of right now, I'm looking at this range on a daily time frame. This is the current range that we're in. Yes, we just had a recent expansion lower after taking this failure swing. I had posted in my Telegram how I was interested in them taking this internal buy side liquidity and then them taking Monday's low. And we've done that. We've taken the internal liquidity, then we also taken Monday's low here. And now the question is price going to continue lower or is price going to stay in this range? What are we doing right now? And the answer to this question is I don't know. Um, that would always be my answer, especially when we're inside a range, because sometimes they can play the range, they can distort in the range, and that's something that I don't know. Um, that's why we always use the volatility markers like news and any opening times or any specific events like equity, uh, not equity, options expiry, and things of that nature. And I don't really want to go into that stuff, especially because I don't think it would be cool of me to do that, especially since Kish is my mentor and my brother and my friend, and I respect him with all my heart. Although a lot of the things that you're going to see here today is some of the things that he's taught me, if not most of the things that he's taught me. And so here we have a daily range. What I see here is very simple, so I can incorporate this range, but it's not necessary. I think that between this high and this low, we have a range, and price kind of, not kind of, but respected this internal buy side liquidity, and then it retraced, and then it went lower. And we're still in this range. We haven't expanded outside of the range. If I had to make a decision for the upcoming week, or well, this week, right, the upcoming trading days, I would say one of the biggest things I'm pointing out to is 50% of this range here. So it doesn't have to get to the 50%, right? It doesn't have to go to it again, but pretty much any PD array on the way there, I would say like this reclaimed order block. As you guys know, this is the Zoom model, which is accumulation, failure swing, opposing liquidity run. And then wouldn't be opposed to seeing them run up here, maybe run into this fair value gap, but have the wicks scream into here. It doesn't have to touch this level at all whatsoever. It can just come into this volume imbalance in here. Or what it can do is just have wicks here and then just go lower. I would prefer for the bodies to close in here and then us go lower here. Um, biggest level that I really want to see is Friday's high. So Friday's high here. This is like one of the main levels that I would be looking at. And then here, what is this? This is my drawn liquidity on the higher time frame and where I want to see price. So these are relatively equal lows. And then of course we only have buy side liquidity in here. So at the time that this candle was printed, we had sell side, buy side from this point and higher. there is a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, so we need sell side here to be printed on the daily candle. So I need candles here, down candles here to be printed, especially at this candle's opening price here. So I would like that, but low hanging fruit, we're looking at this busy. So these are the only levels that I would care to put on my chart for drawn liquidity purposes. And for retracement purposes inside of this range, I would look for Friday's high and then us maybe wicking or maybe filling this entire gap here. This right here is efficient for me. Why is it efficient? Because price has already offered sell side, buy side, and sell side here. So this is price trading through. If they wanted to be so kind and just take Friday's high and then do consequent encouragement of this fair value gap, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. So they could leave a breakaway gap here because them going into this fair value gap isn't them rebalancing it because it's this range is already balanced. They would be redelivering inside of this fair value gap or BPR. Depends how you guys want to look at it. For me, if we're going to be technical about it, yes, it's a BPR. If you just want to name an imbalance, then we can call it a fair value gap. Cool. But it is fair value for us to try to transact here. Why? Because if we look at Monday's opening price is here. So this is the weekly open. So anything above this price level here of Monday's opening price is premium, and anything below this is discount. So I'd prefer them to go premium and then discount. And so as far as potential movement and how much points we can gain or glean out of this entire expansion that we're expecting, we're looking at still 100, 800 points to be fulfilled or expanded towards for this range. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. And yeah, that's what I would be confident if I had to, choose what to look at. It would be these levels here. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Like I said again, this is just something that I have to say for the beginning of the week, and then every other login day that's not on Monday, we'll just look at what the market did around the analysis that we had for Monday. So now if I had to adjust these levels again, this is Friday's high. If we look at it for what it is, let me just delete this line real quick. This line shows us what? Equal highs here. So let me put it back. This is also Friday's high, like I said before. And yeah, so here we can go to consequent encouragement if it also wants to and leave the upper portion um, open. It's also allowed to do that. What I would prefer, personally, guys, this is what I would prefer. Um, there's a saying that goes like this, and this is for all my TCM students. And I think that if you are in the currency merchants group, you can appreciate it. If not, then I suggest that if you can get in there, get in there. If you don't want to get in there, then it's fine by me. I can care less. But there's a lot of things that I enjoy from being in TCM. A lot of nuggets. So here goes the gem. So if you guys have followed me on Twitter, I've also said this before. If you know where the liquidity's at, which we know it's Friday, if you know where the liquidity's at, you know where fair value is at. If you know where fair value is at, you know where your order blocks are going to form. So I'm expecting potential order blocks to form here because this is where the liquidity is at. If I know where the liquidity is at, this is where the fair value is at. If I know where the fair value is at, then I know where my order blocks are going to form. Listen to this statement. It might not reach far enough for some of you guys, but if you got to repeat that, just repeat it. I'll say it slower one more time. If you know where the liquidity is at, you know where fair value is at. If you know where fair value is at, you know where your order blocks are going to form. Question to you guys all. Has an order block formed here yet? No. But can I anticipate an order block to form here? Absolutely. We're playing chess, guys, not checkers. Order block here. Then what I want to see is a change in the state of delivery, which will be something like this, which should be a validation of that order block here, confirmation, and then something like a retracement in here is nice. And yeah, lower prices into this. Now, If we look at today, which is Monday, as far as bodies, even the wicks, man, just today's day was just an inside day. We didn't really expand or close outside of Friday's low or Friday's high. The only thing that this week did was take out these lows, but it wicked back into the range. So when we have these wicks back into the range, we could expect them to wick back inside the range, and then after that, we could expect higher prices for quite some time until the buy side objective is met. So we have the buy side objectives here. We have Friday's high, and this imbalance is consequent encouragement, or this entire range if you want it to be filled. Me, like I said, I prefer this not to be filled. But if it does come up here and it just keeps going higher and higher, then this is my focal point, this order block here, this reclaimed order block. And then anywhere in here, to be honest, is somewhere where I would like to sell it. And then if we're looking at this fair value gap here, we can point that out as well, or this BPR, sorry. And then price can possibly just come up there and then just tank. But those are things that I don't have to point out to now. If we close above that and price is showing a willingness to go higher above this fair value gap, then we would have to change our reference points for the week. But yeah, this snapback inside the range, this lets me know, hey, higher prices. This to me screams higher prices for 1, 2, 3. So till Wednesday, we could possibly see higher prices, and then Thursday, dump. Right. I also want to give a special shout out to Stacy Burke, if I'm saying it right. He talks about the day one, day two, day three expansion, and I kind of already trade that way. So when I got exposed to the information that he put on his channel, I was able to kind of tie it together, and it's just real nice to see. So this right here is pump. They could pump it up till day three, and then um, second cycle of the week, just crash it. So that's what we have there. So like I said, I want to see an order block form here. I can anticipate an order block to form here, then changing the state of delivery, then lower prices. And that's pretty much it for, you know, my analysis and forecast. Now we can focus on what happened during out the day or throughout the day. And so if you guys aren't familiar with Kish's overnight session, then this is what overnight session is. He had a whole series. He took it off because he's again trying to get off the internet, and now he's only focused on, you know, he's only focused on his private students, and his public stuff is out the window. So this is 4 a.m. and then 8 o'clock. You can gauge off that. That's overnight session. Then here we have price taking out the low. So price first took out the low. The low is taken, right? And then buy side liquidity needs to be taken. And then this profile also ties perfectly with Friday's high. So sell side taken, buy side of overnight session here. Then price continues higher. If you guys would like a tutorial on how ranges or overnight session specifically works, I am more than happy to do it. Um, but I would have to get confirmation from Kish to see if I can even do this because I don't want to disrespect anybody. And again, like I said, he's my brother, my friend, so all credits go to him, not to me. So again, sell side here was taken first, and then price goes higher. So that's the biggest thing. We're looking for that higher expansion here. Um, if we're looking at this from a, I would say, delivery perspective, we could see all the things that price respected today. So it took the low here. After that, it had a change in the state of delivery. So once we close above this high here, or this order block, price expands higher. Then here we have a change in the state of delivery. Um, One thing I want to point out here is that from here to, well, yeah, from here, this point right here from 7 o'clock here forth, if we just ignore all that other price action, we have this here, which is accumulation, fairly swing, opposing liquidity run right underneath overnight session. And then once we close above that, price retraces there. This could have been a potential entry here for those who wanted to participate today. And then we have here at overnight sessions high, we have here an order block that forms there. And then we expand again above the order block, taking the order blocks or the down candles high. Then we retrace down to this order block here. Now that we retrace down to the order block, this right here is an opportunity to go long. This is a reaccumulation or order pairing, right? Order pairing right there. So they're accumulating long positions inside this down candle above the overnight session. Then price goes and expands higher, confirms the order flow, retraces, and then you can anticipate long positions all throughout the day. Um, and then we can just continue to be here. Order block here. This order block here takes this liquidity right here. This candle's low. This is an order block. Price then expands above this candle's high, and we retrace. Here, this is another entry to go long. Then again, right? Order block, expansion. This right here could be called a immediate rebalance right there. And then price expands higher. This right here is a breakaway gap at the current time of this printing. So let me just put this out here real quick. Color blocks. This right here is a fair value gap, or a this is a fair value gap here at the time, but then price never came down to it, so we would consider this at the time that these candles are printing. This is just a breakaway gap, right? Um, Meaning that it's a breakaway gap for now, but price can later on reach down into this um, because again, this is a busy, so it's buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, so we need down close candles here. From where specifically? Right here. This right here is the understanding that a lot of people need, which is this is a down candle, then right there is balanced. Then from this candle's opening price and higher, there's only buy side, which is why, ding ding ding, we have that there. So price continues to go higher. They're spooling at this point. And then come 1 p.m. later on in the day, we have price just again falling towards this right here, which makes sense, right? Because the high of the day was intact. And then we're just trading back inside the inefficiency right here. This is an efficiency, so where price is inefficient, the algorithm will seek to make it efficient. And an opportunity like this could engage you anywhere from 50, 60, up to anywhere 115 points. So if you guys caught this move, well, kudos to you. This is something I was looking at in the afternoon, but I wasn't really gauging too much during this Monday because there was no news, and I didn't want to really put some risk on a day where the probabilities weren't really in my favor. So I don't want to hold you guys too much up here. It is only Monday, okay? It is only Monday, and I don't think it's really necessary for us to try to break this down to the next level. So this is what I have for today, and based off the opportunities that you were able to glean from, you know, you could have done a lot of things today. But me specifically, I wanted to keep this one short because I don't really put too much significance on Mondays, especially in the beginning of the week. So Mondays and Tuesdays, I really try my best to not try to engage or try to put on too much risk or even care about really trading as much. So I'm looking more for the dump. The dump. I wanna be part of the dumps because if order flow is bearish and I'm trying to buy this pair right up to here, I could buy it and there's nothing wrong with that. But the real significant moves are going to come from the dumping periods because the dump is in correlation with the higher time frame here. So I want to be in sync with the higher time frame order flow and the higher time frame narrative. So that's what I care about more than anything. This to me right here is just price trying to take the opposing liquidity run. This right here, this low house's liquidity because what? It's a failure swing. If we look at it from that perspective and we say, hey, they're accumulating positions in here. This is a failure swing. Now they're going to go for the opposing liquidity run or a stop hunt, and then they're just going to crash it lower. And what do we expect here? At liquidity areas, we expect change in the state of delivery. We expect an order block here to form, validated, retrace, and then just tank. Those are the things I'm looking at. Nothing else, nothing different. If it comes to the point where price decides to go above this fair value gap, then we have to readjust our reference points and we have to look at other reference points that would allow us to get in line with the marketplace. But guys, this is all I have for today. Again, the structure may not be the best right now, and it may not be what you guys like. For some of you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, he's talking too much," or "He's saying too many things." But just hear me out. Listen to the things I'm saying. And like I said, this is gonna help me stay disciplined with my process and being consistent in my analysis and understanding what the market did. And for me, there's growth, and for you guys, there's growth as well, especially if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I want to thank you guys as always for being so loyal. And guys, spread love to this channel. I'm gonna be active, like I said. I'm trying to get around this whole vlogging thing. It's still very difficult for me to upload vlogs because I'm learning a lot of things about cameras, like lighting and things like that. And part of me is a perfectionist, and I do not want to just upload content to upload content. I want to make it enjoyable for you guys, and not only for you guys, but I want to be proud of my work as well, right? And although you guys may not criticize me for it, I'm a very hard critiqued. Well, I critique myself extremely. I'm very tough on myself, so um, I'll say that I definitely want to upload vlogs and maybe one of these episodes or a couple of these 365 days things when I get up to speed with everything and up to par with everything with as far as content creation, um, then I'll be able to do these a lot quicker and faster, and I'll be able to upload my vlogs with the logging in of 365 day series at the same time. But we'll see what happens. Guys, I also want to mention that this week I am packing up. I am moving out. That is something that I'm trying to vlog as well. I'm moving out from the apartment that I've been in for the last 4 or 5 years. When I first started this whole entire trading thing and trading journey. Um, I'm gonna miss it to the extent that, there's a lot of memories that were created here. And also, um, it's not just about the memories as well. It's really just about who I became and the character that I've developed over these last few years. And it's just me being a young man who got to live on his own for quite some time. And I'm still gonna live on my own. I'm just gonna downsize and go somewhere else because I need to save money. And also, it's just that not only do I need to save money, it's also that this building is not the healthiest. There's a lot of things wrong with the building. And as far as for my health issues and, for me being time efficient, I think I need to get into a new space, a new environment, so that way I'm able to grow creatively, not only creatively, but be able to express myself and my minds and my mind, my thoughts, new ideas. So I also I'm gonna be put in a situation where I have to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm in an apartment now. I'm about to go to a room in somebody else's house, one of my dear friends, and just put it like this, man. Like I have to be motivated. At least if my situation doesn't motivate me for me to get out of my situation, then I don't know what to say, man. But I just know that out of all this, there's gonna be a lot of good things that are gonna come out of it, and me focusing on me focusing on trying to move forward is my biggest main concern. So if I'm not consistent, so what does this mean? So if I'm not as consistent as you guys want me to be, I apologize. There's things outside of my life that I have to take care of, and I am human, so I'm only doing what's possible. I cannot do the impossible because that's only God. And yeah, guys, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm sorry for the long talk, but if you want to be, like I said, right, this channel has turned into just my life and everything that I love. And so it's going to be a collaborative of a bunch of things that I love. A bunch of people that I love on this channel will be here as well. And I just want to cultivate this into just a community and really allow you guys to be part of it. And so this is what this means. If it's updating you on my personal life, then that's what that means. But guys, thank you so much, and I just want you guys all to remember that God is good all the time, and we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. And if anything, I'll keep you guys updated in my Telegram. And if you guys aren't part of my Telegram, just hit that button below, that like button, that subscribe button, and then you guys could also check in the description the link to the Telegram channel. And yeah, guys, I want you guys to be part of all of it. I want you guys to be part of, you know, from not being funded. I was funded before, from not being funded now, going back to being funded, and the process of me transitioning to another career and trying to become this version of myself that I can't see right now. My feeble mind cannot see surpass my current circumstances right now. I have a vision, yes, I do, but it's also very hard to get out of this mind constraint and feeble mind. And I don't know where God or what blessings God has for me. And I just pray that everything turns out to be all right. And I know everything's going to be all right because God is so good. Um, but yeah, peace out, guys. Have a great day. Bye. Boom.